see the way they hate. And I know better than to listen to the people who are calling us names. I can feel the sunlight shining.
Well, good morning, everyone. My name is Brian, and today is Thursday, July 25th, 2024, and this is episode 749 of the Lots Project podcast, and it's titled The Ghost is Back. I'll be chatting about more run-ins with my truck ghost. Workday Group is alive again. A couple new products that I'm liking so far, and we'll see what else comes up. First, let's swing over into the live chat. Check on who's hanging out in the coffee crew, grab a cup, and hang out for an hour. Good morning, good morning, good morning. It's Thursday. Oh, man, Thursday. Week's flying by, but, man, I am tired. Yeah. Pip in early, 5:30. Good morning, humans from Pip. Mike's Homestead stopping in. Thanks for dropping in, Mike. Appreciate that. Appreciate the comment on the snail video the other day. We have definitely looked into all the critters you can take on from handling the snails. I appreciate that. And speaking of snails, Off-Grid Ping, good morning to you. Corey wanted me to let you know that that the snail that you found us is becoming more active and finding his way around the tank. So she appreciates that very much. He is alive and well and doing great. Mike's Homestead had ads from Act Blue and Kamala. Like, man, I've been watching all this shit go on with this Sniffy Joe and Kamala. And I feel like it's just like a dream or something. Like it can't be real. Like I thought Trump when Trump and Biden were the candidates, that I was just asking myself, why is this really the two best people to be pretending to run this country? And it was at least kind of entertaining. Kamala is just man, she just hurts my ears to even listen to her, and my eyes when she does her little cackle face. Yeah. But the meme gold is going to be fantastic. Good morning, Hunter over on Twitch. Thanks for popping in. Mike's Homestead says I was had to use the Googles to find something trollish. Yeah, I mean there are concerns for sure. Anyway, regardless if it was trollish or not. The heart, what was it? Rat heartworm, something like that. Rat lungworm that you sent the message about. When we were looking at the snail food that the young lady sells on Etsy that we bought for the snails, it's pretty interesting. They like it. It's basically a powdered mix of a bunch of nutrients, and she mixes it up, and Corey mixes it up into like a porridge, and man, they really dig it. They eat the crap out of it. So she must be doing something right. She figured out what snails like to eat, I guess. But one of the things that she sells is a dewormer that she suggests anytime any wild snails get introduced into the colony, that you give them some dewormer. So we'll see. Anyway, what's in the cup today? I got more of that light Costa Rican, and it is fantastic. Mike Subsys says, don't eat them. There were lots of warnings on eating. Yeah, I want to say I want to say that a restaurant I worked at one brief point way back in my 20s, where I don't really remember day-to-day activities, had snail special, and they were always screaming at the cooks to make sure they cooked them enough. Not that these land snails are the snails that you had been getting in a restaurant, but I kind of remember that it was like a no-no, like selling undercooked pork or chicken, but worse. Light Costa Rican in the cup today, getting down there in the bag. It'll be today, maybe the rest of today, depending on how tired I am after the show. Might have another press, but definitely one press left in there. Enjoying it. I really enjoy this light Costa Rican that Brian sends out every now and again with my C4 membership. I was thinking yesterday after I talked about C4 is I haven't really ever talked about the fact that Food Forest Farms is a fantastic place to get a gift for someone. If someone you know loves coffee, if someone you know talks about drinking coffee, but you see them with that Folgers up in the cupboard, or if you're just looking to do something nice for someone, because I will tell you that I don't think if you got this in the mail as a gift, if you got some of the Food Forest Farms coffee in the mail as a gift and you tried it, I don't think you would be disappointed with your gift. So you can buy with confidence. You can talk to Brian. You can give Brian a little information about the person that you're buying for, or let him just do his thing. He's got plenty of blends that are suitable for multiple people, like multiple tastes. He's made them ambiguous like that on purpose. But definitely swing over there and check out the offerings for gift giving. You got somebody with a birthday coming up, an anniversary, just a special occasion, or just a random Tuesday. Make somebody's day. Send them a pound of coffee. Send them 2 pounds of coffee. Sign them up for the C4 Club and drop them 2 pounds of coffee every month at a stupid low price of $20 a pound with free shipping. So if you want to check it out, head over to foodforestfarms.com. If you want to save 10% on that gift giving opportunity, give them coupon code LOTS10, LOTS10 at checkout. Get you 10% off one-time coupon, or in perpetuity, LOTS5, LOTS5 will always work for 5% off. And like I said, always free shipping. Check it out today. If you got somebody you got to get a gift for and you just don't know what to do, give them the gift of caffeine and coffee and enjoyment in the morning at foodforestfarms.com. Well, the last 2 days have been interesting. It's been raining here this week. I believe the forecast said it was like 13 days in a row it was supposed to rain. Not all day. Not necessarily significant rain on any day, but just that chance of rain. Super humid, hot, and just like the rain can start pouring out of the sky at any time. And that's kind of what it's done so far. Spent Monday in the camper in editing video, and it just would randomly downpour. Tuesday, I went down to Savannah and did laundry and grocery shopping, and it would randomly pour. It poured overnight. It randomly poured while I was driving, and then several times for the rest of the day. Yesterday, headed out to do some work at the gully and got some tool maintenance done, but didn't really get anything. Didn't get really much done. Jamie Off-Grid Ping says just enough to suck and not get anything done. Or maybe that's just me. No, man, it's like every time you would get stuff ready to do something, it would be a downpour. And it looked like it would rain for another, couple hours, and then it would just stop as soon as you got everything picked up. It's kind of what I've been experiencing. So no, you're not the only one. So if you've listened for a while, you know that I've had some interesting issues with our truck, our I think it's 2011 F-250. 2011, Pretty sure. Corey, 2011 is a truck. Yeah. She says, yeah. So 2011 F-250, and I have something weird going on. I have plenty of code readers. I get them. Companies sent them out to me randomly and through request for the OBD2 sensor readers. And I know what it is. I get a little, it rides rough. It's missing the third cylinder when it rains. So I know it happens, and I've documented it through the scanner, and I cannot find it. I cannot find the reason. I poke around under the hood. I looked at the cables. The cables look good. I looked at most of everything I could find. I'm not really seeing any issues. Haven't really seen a spot where there's corrosion yet or anything. Well, man, it was probably a couple months ago. It just stopped having issues. All of a sudden, it just stopped. I mean, yes, it stopped raining and things dried out, but we still got rain. I still drove in the rain. I still drove after the rain, and it never really had a problem until Tuesday. Until Tuesday, and then all of a sudden, randomly, it started again. So my Ghost is back. I call it my Ghost because I'm going to chase it like a ghost. It's something that I did quite frequently in my last job as a service tech. You're constantly searching things you can't, searching for things that you can't duplicate. So when you're troubleshooting an issue, and electrical is really known for this, but even some mechanical issues are hit and miss. It's not always present, and you have to try to find it when it's not there, or end up getting lucky and finding it when it's happening. It's really hard to find and track down this issue when it only happens when it rains. It only happens when it rains. Sometimes when it rains, and only when it rains a certain direction and temperature, and the wind's blowing in the right direction. Pip says Ford's finicky over random dumb stuff. Yeah, I could tell you that for sure. And the weird is, what's up, Go Slow? Thanks for stopping in, you San Francisco ho. It's kind of frustrating. Yeah, I don't know what I'm gonna do about it. It's definitely something I don't want to take it to the garage for, because they'll charge me just I can only imagine what the bill would be if I'm trying to figure out if I'm having someone else troubleshoot this electrical issue that only happens when it rains. Sometimes, and then it clears. The code clears, even as much as while I'm driving, it'll throw the check engine light on, and then as I drive and the air circulates through the engine compartment or wherever this short is and dries it out, it will literally just go away and start running fine. It's fascinating. Let's say it's fascinating. Go Slow wants me to show him the weenus over on the vertical feed. I knew you were into dudes. $20 gets the weenus on the screen. Go Slow, $20. Drop it in, and you'll get to see the weenus. I will tell you that my weenus has no hair on it. So that popped up Tuesday, and then again a little bit yesterday in the rain. Like I said, I headed out to Delinquent Scully, and man, so I stopped at JB's. On the way in. We talked on the show yesterday that I had a bunch of stuff there. I had a bunch of boxes, both for me and Corey. Corey has had a bunch of stuff come in. She got a new vacuum. Yeah, guys, I have the best wife in the world when she gets amped up and excited about getting a new vacuum. It looks like an egg in a nest. So Corey got a new vacuum. She also got a really cool sun hat that I think it will do her very well. She has trouble tolerating some of the heat when it gets really warm, especially in the sun if we're out working on the property, and just needs to get in the shade. So she picked herself up a sun hat that looks like it'll work pretty well. But I got some products in. I stopped. I talked to Jamie. I talked to kids. And then I took off back to the property, and it goes down this easement road. The easement road's kind of washed out. It's a bumpy ride. It was muddy from all the rain, and I'm going along, and all of a sudden there's this horrific sound coming from the ass end of the truck. I could tell it had something to do with the tire, the rotor, the brakes, or something. It was just this squealing and grinding, and I was like, "Oh no, oh no!" So I get back to the driveway, and I stop, and I kind of poke my head underneath. And this had happened once before on the road, and I had a rock kick up in between the rotor and the cover, the rear rotor and cover. And so I was hoping it was that. So when I got back to the driveway back there, I put it in reverse. I hit the brakes, and just listening to it, I was still kind of confident that that's what it was, but I couldn't get it to break free. And so I did some work, and like I said, I didn't get much done. I got some maintenance done. I went exploring and found the places that Carrie had kind of designated. Carrie Brown, when he was out this weekend, had designated some areas for some food forest guilds, and so I was checking those out. I was looking at some other stuff that Corey and I had discussed about cutting in a short little trail. And then it started pouring rain, and then the sun came out, and it was like a sauna, and I was like, I got to get out of here. I got to go do some more videos. And so I was hoping on the way back out of the easement road that the rock would fall out. And so I did what I could. I, brakes and gas and brakes and tap the brakes and hit the brakes and get up to Jamie's, and it's still there, still grinding. He comes walking out of his cabin. He's like, "What the hell was that noise?" I mean, it was pretty significant. Good morning, Rewilder Life. Thanks for stopping in. And so I climbed under the truck and I poked around, and I was like, man, I don't see anything. But it was kind of like a muddy, sandy, gravelly mess that I was laying in. And the bottom of the truck was kind of all dripping in my face. And it wasn't really ideal conditions. And I said, I'm going to go a little bit. I'm going to get down on the road and see if I go a little faster, what happens. And sure as shit, got down on the pavement and gave her a little hell and got rolling. And I hear tink, tink. And out came the rock, and the noise went away, and everything was fine. So that's good. That's good. I'm glad that rectified itself. I was not looking forward to coming home and then working on the truck in the rain, because when I did get home, it definitely poured again. But yeah. All good. So all I'm dealing with now is that third cylinder issue, which I will eventually track down, or the truck will just end up with a new owner before I track it down, and we'll drive it into the dirt. We'll see. Mike Holmes says Carrie was just on the permaculture. Jamie says we heard it stop from the cabin. Fantastic. Yeah, it wasn't that far, man. I got on it pretty good, and it yeah. I don't know what's going on. Mike Holmes says Carrie was just on the permaculture pimp cast with Billy Bond. You guys definitely, guys, check that out. Check out Carrie, check out Billy, both of them. The pimp cast, you might think is kind of a weird name. Billy Bond named it that, and pimp actually not like pimps and hoes, hookers or anything like that. Pimpcast standing for permaculture is my passion. He's an interesting dude. I got to meet him. I got to meet him at SRF one time, and then Carrie is absolutely fantastic. So I can only imagine the conversations that those folks had. They're both very very cerebral folk. So yeah, definitely give that a listen. The Permaculture Pimpcast, and then look for that episode with Carrie Brown from Strong Roots Resources. Mike, I know what they talked about. I can't place it right now. Designing, was it Carrie's journey into running Strong Roots Resources? Was that the topic of discussion that day? Which is a great story, by the way. I've actually lived it. I've watched Carrie kind of develop this business and grow and flourish, and it's been fantastic because there's nobody that deserves it more than Mr. Brown. So definitely check out the Pimpcast and Carrie, all of Carrie's stuff at Strong Roots Resources, strongrootsresources.com. You can find him on all the socials at Strong Roots Resources. He just threw up those mushroom videos. I'm not sure if it was yesterday or the day before. He posted them up. He posted them up, the mushroom videos that we took some short videos when we were inoculating the shiitake logs this past weekend, and he got those edited and put up. So check those out. Speaking of SRF, where I met Billy Bond for a moment, and then I hang out with Carrie. I think Carrie and I discussed the fact that he's been to pretty much everyone. He wasn't sure if he went to the first one, but since then he's attended, volunteered, spoke, done. He leads foraging walks there at SOE. He's helped John develop his food forest and man, a bunch of stuff. But SRF is coming up here in the fall. You can still get early bird tickets for another week or so. August 1st, I believe the price goes up to full price. I'll get this link here in just a second. I got to find it in my notes. But yeah, Self-Reliance Festival. I've been releasing interview videos daily. I've done 2 so far. I got one coming out today, and then a total of 7 by the end. They're all up and scheduled to go out, so there's going to be no forgetting about doing it. Today's video will be with a gentleman that had a product. He was the vendor next to us at SRF. Tim Toolman Tim and I had a vendor tent where we had basically a community spot where we vended stuff, and then also had a kind of a central spot for community. We'll be doing that again this year. But the vendor next to us was a guy that had a product called a rock pot. You'll have to watch the interview to get a little bit more information about how it came to be. But the rock pot basically was a crock pot that didn't require any electric. Really didn't require any electric or gas. You could literally use the thing with a campfire stove. But basically it was a crock pot that you heated up the stone and then use the heat as it dissipated from the stone to cook the food. It's expensive. Don't get me wrong on that. It's not just a rock in a pot. It's spendy, but the product was really cool. And man, his wife kept feeding us food and bringing us food, and the food turns out fantastic. I could smell it all weekend. But grabbed an interview with him. It was his first time there. He was a vendor, so it was from the vendor perspective. I was just curious what he thought of the festival, since he was pretty much a full-time traveling to different events and prepper festivals and things like that. So check that out. It'll be out this morning at 8:00, like an hour after the show's done. That gets published to YouTube. Check it out, share it. If you know anybody in this area or looking to travel through grab tickets sooner rather than later. You grab the tickets early, then you can just dedicate yourself on figuring out how to get there. Or if you know you're going to be down here in the area, definitely check it out. On the lines of along the lines of SRF, something we do in conjunction with SRF. This will be the second fall we've done it, and we didn't do it with the spring event, but Ray Wilder Life says, I think the pot was at the Indiana Homestead Conference I went to. I would not doubt that. So he kind of tells the story in the video, but he's been doing it for a long time. He actually invented it like 20 plus years ago or 30 years ago, and sold some and did a little business with it, and then he moved on with his life and circled back to it when it came to COVID, and he saw a need again. Actually, his wife kicked him in the ass and told him that he had a product that could probably do some good with COVID, with supply chains, I don't know, with a bunch of shit. And his son took over marketing. So he said that he's retired, long retired, and he'd been traveling around all sorts of prepper and homesteading conferences, vending this. And so, yeah, I don't think the Indiana Homestead Conference is out of the question at all for him to be at. He had an RV that him and his wife were traveling around to all these events and just enjoying life. It doesn't sound bad to me. Like, I don't think it would be a horrible deal to, in your retirement, just travel around and vend a product you're selling, or speak to people, build community, do event circuit when you want. Could be interesting. But anyway, in conjunction with SRF and Delinquent Scully, Toolman Tim, myself, Becky, Corey, all of us put a lot of effort into it. But we do a work day. Last year we did one in the fall, right before SRF. It was pretty cool. We had, I think, 18 people ended up showing up. We built a cabin. We got a bunch of trails cut in at Delinquent Scully. It was still pretty rough. Pretty rough. And I think at that time it was only 10 acres. I think Tim actually purchased the third plot after the workday. So if you were out there, things have changed significantly. But because of all that success, and because of some of the, hey, meow meow, you'll smack the shit out of me, bring it, bitch. Where you at? Because of the success of it, because of the success of the first work day, but we got some feedback and some people that couldn't make it. Wow. Some people couldn't make it. We talked to some folks. Tim and I had a lot of discussion about it. Mike Homestead says it was 15. Was that 15 folks besides Tim and Becky and I and Corey? I don't know. Hunter asked, please tell me they're close. He says, shut your child predator looking ass off. Child tampering looks ass, shouldn't be on the internet. Yeah, he weird, not mentioning where he's at. Huh, interesting. We all know about people that type real fast and hard on their keyboard in the internets. Oh, Mike Homestead says it was 15 acres. Okay, so he had already Meow Meow says he's at my mom's house. Oh, wow. Oh my God. Don't say stuff about my mom, please. It was already 15 acres when they were there, and Off Grid Ping makes a good point. Anyone with the name like Meow Meow ain't smacking shit. That's for sure. Big old pussy. Oh, anyway, we decided from some feedback from some folks that couldn't make it, some folks that were there, we were going to expand the event. We got a lot of projects we can work on. We got a lot of people that want to show up, and so we want to do some work, and we want to have some fun. We want to build community, and so we've expanded it out to kind of like a big event, pretty much. Pretty much longer than SRF, I would say, longer than the official event. We're going to do 2 work days, and then we're going to put together a barbecue and community event on Friday. So it's going to overlap a little bit with the events going on at SRF. They have some workshops and things early on Thursday, Friday, and then the main festival is Saturday, Sunday. So we're going to fire up work days on Wednesday and Thursday. We're gonna have a bunch of projects to do. I'll get into that in just a second. And then on Friday, we're going to do a kind of a barbecue. I mean, if people want to show up and work, that's fine, but it's going to be more of a community building, barbecue, cookout, get together, gathering. We'll have tent camping on site, primitive tent camping. There's no electric or water per se. I mean, there are springs. There's going to be a way to get water if you want it, but there's no like water at your campsite. There's no electric at your campsite. So be a prepper and be prepared, and bring what you want to make sure. Bring what you want to take care of yourself. But yeah, we're going to probably do a cabin build. We got a dam project that we're working on in one of the springs for sure. We also have a bunch of food forest work install that needs to be done. I have a plan to probably do some mushroom log inoculation, and depending on how many people are interested in that, maybe we'll do a bunch, and we can send some home with folks if they want. Yeah, just a bunch of ideas. If you have ideas of projects that you think you would be fun to do, or you're interested in doing or talking about, let me know. Tim and I are just coming up with projects like left and right. So, but if there's something that you're interested in, that maybe stuff about, and you wanna put your knowledge on display, we're open to that. It's tough to kind of throw that out there when you're not sure what's going on. But if you want to do a little class there, we're more than welcome. So we're going to work on Wednesday. We're going to work on Thursday. And then, like I said, Friday is going to be more of a barbecue and hangout day, because some folks got to kick up to SRF. It'll probably be a longer day on Friday. Like, let's hang out all day and eat and get to know each other. We'll play games. We'll have probably a bonfire most of the nights, and see how it goes. So we got a Telegram group fired up for that. If you're in Toolman Tim's group, or my group on Telegram, or Carrie Brown's group, there is an invite link in there. If you're not on Telegram, that is where we communicate with the bunch that are interested in coming out to the workday. So definitely it's worth downloading just for that. I may or may not know somebody that did that last year, and pretty good friends with them at this point. But yeah, Telegram is the place to be for the Toolman Tim workday info. In the Delinquents Gully. Let me get the name. We used some ChatGPT or Claude to do some names. For the event, and it came down to Delinquents Gully Build and Bond Bash, basically encompassing a couple of work days, and then the community building that happens all weekend, and then a big old party on Friday. So it's coming together. It's going to be, like I said, the Wednesday, Thursday, Friday before SRF. The dates will be October 2nd, 3rd, and 4th in Decaturville, Tennessee, which is about an hour south of Camden, where SRF is located. It's not a horrible drive from the Pip. I want to say, hey Pip, is that was that the Best Western that you and Kyle and everybody stayed at that in Holiday? Probably I would say 40 minutes, 35 to 40 minutes from one of the popular hotels that folks pick up for staying at SRF. And then, like I said, camping, primitive tent camping on site. And if you want to commute back and forth from the site, it's not horrible. Corey and I actually commute farther than that when we're at our camper spot. We're hoping to be on our way or actually out there by then. I don't know if that's going to happen. We're rolling down on 2 months. It's a lot of work for us to get out there before then, but should be well on our way. We will see. Any questions, you can reach out to me. You can email me at info@thelotsproject.com or pop onto Telegram, jump in my group, Tim's group, or like Carrie's group. Find the invite link to the Workday group, and all the information is there. Rue Wilder Life says, this is giving me ideas for Baker's Tribe Day. Folks can come to my place first. Yeah, it's something that that Tim and I just ended up discussing one time when we were out working on a project, and we were like, we should have, if people wanted to come down and hang out and help out, we should have a little get together. And it was there was a really good response. So we continued it, and it's going to expand. I think it's going to be a yearly event. Pip says, I've tried to talk coworker 4 to come to SRF, hasn't worked so far. If you and coworker number 4 were both to leave the dealership for several days, would the place fall apart? And we all would love to see coworker 4. We've met imaginary internet friend Mr. Pippin, and this imaginary coworker number 4 that he has. We really need we really need to get some physical proof of this existing. Mike Soames says, how do we get some free labor? Dude, if that's free labor, it's not my fault. Did you leave before the food was done that day? I know several folks had to leave before the food was done. They just popped in to do some work and say hi, but damn, you should have stayed for the barbecue, because that was phenomenal. Free. That's cute. We appreciate you showing up though, Mike. You cleared the path down to what will now be a huge food forest and nursery. And we also, that's kind of why we added on the barbecue on that last day, is to thank the people that show up, and thank the people that show up and work. And I should, oh, you did eat. That's good. You got to, and I didn't mention, you don't have to come for all of it or part of it. You can come for 1, 2, or 3 days. We know that people are arriving, and that was another consideration, expanding to more days. We know that a lot of people are arriving at different times, and we just wanted it to be kind of like an open house. And if you want to show up and you don't want to work, it is what it is. Pip says it was good food too. It was really good. We haven't really nailed down what we're doing for the big barbecue. But I'm thinking we're going to do burgers and dogs and sandwiches and stuff for the 2 work days, and then fire up something a little more significant for Friday. It's kind of the outlook. Should probably figure that out, since it's getting close. Mike says just the food would be good. We'll do it. We'll be fine. We'll be fine. We always off grid. Jamie says Bruno loved the food. Bruno loved the food for weeks after that. Anytime he licked himself, he got a good taste of the barbecue. Oh yeah, it'll be fun. It'll be fun. I really enjoy seeing people. These project days are really it's interesting. We didn't realize how much work multiplier happens when you get people together like this. When you get people together in this community and they work together, the flow of ideas, the workflow, it just kind of comes together. Just the sheer amount of work that got done, plus the community building, plus the laughs, plus the connections. It was great. It was great. We were so happy we did it. So happy we did it that we're gonna do it bigger and better. Mike Somston says it was a good look for Bruno. Yeah, slicked. He was like a 1950s greaser by the end of that. He was moisturized and smelling fantastic. He was still a tiny little pup at that point. We were all worried that he was going to be outside and a big cat was going to come by and think he smelled like some barbecue and take him away. But he made it through, that little tough fucker. I enjoy seeing him when I go out. He's been being a naughty boy lately, according to Jamie. He hasn't been behaving himself the best. So, Bruno, you need to do better. You need to do better. What else do I got on my list here? Oh, couple products. Couple products I got recently that I've been checking out. One yesterday that I picked up at Jamie's. I kind of forgot that it was coming. A lot of the companies I talk to, they're like, you're dealing with 5 different layers of people from the time you make contact to the time the product shows up to your door. You're going through like their internet person, probably like a secretary ish. Once you contact them, Jamie says, I get it. S'mores are tasty. Poor Bruno. Bruno decided the other night to, I think that girl's like 4, maybe 5, take a s'more out of a little girl's hand, right? Snatched it right out of her hand and had himself a little treat. Poor Bruno. Poor Bruno. I mean, if you would feed the dog every once in a while, he wouldn't have to steal s'mores from a girl. So, a lot of these products, when I reach out to these companies, or not necessarily as much when they reach out to me, but when I reach out to them, you kind of filter your way through a bunch of different layers of folks that you're interacting with. Usually it's like somebody that answers the emails, and then there'll be some marketing person that you'll talk to. And then when they agree to send the product, you never really know if they're going to print the label that day and ship it out, or or if it's going to be like 4 or 5 weeks or 3 or 4 days. A lot of the companies, when they're like, yep, we'll ship it out, they'll like toss a tracking number right at you that day. But other ones, I've had it be weeks, and then all of a sudden the product will show up and I'm like, I don't even recall talking to somebody about this. Rewilder Life says their coffee's finally ready. Broke my glasses. The dog broke your glasses? Oh no. She's having a tough time. Says this print is a bit hard to read with the extra glasses. I can read all the messages to you, Rachel, if you need me to. I'll make sure I read all of them. Jamie Off-Grid Ping says he has all in caps, the poop all in caps he can eat. Anyway, yesterday when I went to Jamie's, I had a pile of boxes, absolute pile of boxes between the stuff that Corey ordered and products showing up. And I had this one, and I was like, okay, oh no, Rewilder Life's puppy ran into her face and broke her glasses. When we were getting the St. Bernards, there was some ridiculous statistic. I can't remember what it was, but there was a high percentage of St. Bernard owners that end up in the emergency room because of their dog. I can't remember what the number was, but I remember when I saw it, I was like, are you serious? And it has, Rewilder Life says, a 100-pound puppy. It has a lot to do with the fact that they're still puppies and they still have puppy energy and they still act like puppies when they're enormous. And then also the fact that they're just so big and dopey, and they don't look where they're going. They kind of are pretty stubborn, and they're gonna go where they're gonna go. Lots of knee injuries, lots of broken noses, and bones, and yeah, it was. I was surprised at this statistic. But anyway, after I started popping open the boxes, I got the things that I was expecting. And there was this one box left, and I was like, I'm not sure what this is. I popped it open, and I was like, oh, yeah, I remember that. Turned out it wasn't even the one that I had talked to the company about getting. They had a couple of different products listed on this clearinghouse I was using. This is a battery operated model. The model I thought I was getting was actually a plug-in model, and I was a little disappointed when I was looking back at the listings and saw that they had a wireless monitor. And after the fact, I was like, well, it'll be great for RV use, and I'll tell you what it is in here in a second, but it'll be great for RV use. It'll be great to kind of throw out into that market, and it is what it is. It's just going to be, I thought it was going to be the plug-in model, and I was trying to come up with ways that I would be able to push this little product, and it's not an expensive thing at all. Here it is. It's right here. Little device here, and I don't know. I'm going to turn it on. I don't know if you'll be able to see the screen. It takes a second to calibrate. Give me a second. Actually, 5 more seconds. I'm not sure if you're going to be able to see the screen because it is an LED screen. Let's see if it flickers too much. Oh, no, you can see it. Look at that. Okay, so what this is, you can see on the screen if you're watching. If you're not watching, there's a display with a big 0, a 70, a 76. What this is a portable CO monitor. So we all know that carbon monoxide can kill you. Carbon monoxide can come from a bunch of different places, especially when you're using like propane burners, grills, working on cars, furnaces, all sorts of shit. Here every winter, people dying of CO poisoning. This is a battery operated CO monitor that also monitors temperature and relative humidity. And I started thinking about it yesterday after I picked it up, and I was like, this would be really good for RVers. RVers are constantly worried about it. Our RV, I'm not really that concerned about it, even with the Woodso, because it's so drafty. But some of these newer RVs seal up really well. And man, if you get an inefficient burn in your propane, you get a leak, exhaust leak, you get wind blowing the wrong way, it can really turn things around quickly. But as I started brainstorming about it, and I was talking to Corey and going back and forth, and I hit ChatGPT to talk to them a little bit. The bigger value for this thing, I think there's two. Well, 3. One is the RV people. Hold on a second, Rachel. I can drop you the link. I got it here. I put it in the notes. And if anybody clicks on this link in the chat, could you, and it's on your phone, would you let me know if it shows, this is an affiliate link, by the way, so I meet all Amazon terms of service. there is an affiliate link for this. I earn a little commission if you click on that link. But if you could let me know if that link opens in the Amazon app or if it opens a web page with Amazon in it. I'm using a different service now to shorten links, and I think that this is I think this should open in the app, which would be really nice. But the RV thing is nice to have. I think it was $35. Oh, man, I can't. I'm not quite sure. I think it was like $35, which wouldn't be horrible for what this does. But anyway, RV living. But another thing that I came up with the help of $35.99 is not a bad price for this thing. It seems pretty cool. Rechargeable, takes you to a redirect page to Amazon. Is that on a phone, Chris? Thanks, Chris Dixon. Thanks for stopping in. When you commented, I was wondering if I missed your good morning messages. You always say hi. It shows it orange one. Yeah, it only has the orange one for the link I had, and they sent me a white one. $35 with a 15% coupon. Okay. Yeah, that looks about right. I don't know about this linking service, but I know all my other links wouldn't open in the app, and then it got weird. Amazon linking is just infuriating. But anyway, folks that travel, not necessarily in an RV, but if you're traveling, you're staying in hotels, you're staying in Airbnbs, you're staying with friends, wherever. Does their CO monitor work? Does their furnace work properly? Do you know? When that idea presented itself, and I'm not really even sure, it might have been Corey that told me that. But I was like, man, if I was a regular traveler, I don't even know if I would have thought of that. But then when I did a little digging, there's a lot of people that end up dying in hotels from CO poisoning. Not like high-end hotels, not even mid-level hotels, but like budget motels, motels, hotels. Rewilder Life says it did open to the app, which is good because when it doesn't, it adds it to the wrong basket for me. Yeah, that's the thing. That is the problem. Chris Dixon says it's because he's in Canada. Yeah, he's got to switch from .ca to .com. Got it. Yeah. Rewilder Life says the big problem and why people are suggesting that you use this. It's called deep linking. Basically, a lot of people use it for all sorts of apps, but it's a way to get links to open up in an app instead of the default browser on your phone. And with Amazon, everybody uses the app. If they're on their phone, they're logged into the app, it stays logged in. But when a link opens in a web browser, usually you're not signed in, or you're signed in under a different account. If you got a business account or affiliate account, one's logged in a web browser, one's logged in an app. Well, this is a way to have it open in the app and everything's logged in. It's supposed to increase conversion rates and whatnot. But this little device, really handy. There's an audible alarm on it. It's got a little carrying thing. It's got this little clip, and I think it is to hang it on like your shirt. I haven't really figured it out yet. It's kind of flexible. It seems like it would like clip on the edge of a shirt or a jacket or wherever. So the one thing was traveling. The one thing was traveling in motels, hotels, or whatnot. Another thing that I thought about was for someone that's doing maintenance work, handyman work, working on furnaces, working on cars. Maybe you're traveling and you need to sleep in your car and you want to leave it running, but you're worried about CO at some point in the car. Rewilder Life says a lot of homes are so tight now that they require a fan to run all the time. So many folks are getting sick due to low oxygen, but not dying. It's why they say the gas stoves are bad. It's reality. In reality, it's due to code requiring such tightly done homes. Mike's Homestead says most of the low budget motels I've stayed at are well vented. Very true. Very true. Very true. Pip says, looks like it hooks as a loop on the lanyard. Oh! My man Pip. My man Pip coming through in the clutch. Chris Dixon says the CO monitor is always a good thing to have on hand. Shitty AC units can cause oxygen deprivation. Right. So this being rechargeable, this being lightweight, I mean, it's small. It's like in the palm of my hand. It's probably like 9 inches long. No, it's probably like 3.5 inches, maybe 4. Bright display. It's got a green light on it. I don't think the green light will end up showing. There's a green light on it when the screen dims, and it just stays green. Audible alarm. So if you want to throw it on the nightstand while you're sleeping, it will go off in the case that CO levels reach a certain level. And there's a sliding scale. There's a sliding scale that shows you the CO level. So it's not just like it goes off when it's dangerous. It will show you lower percentages, 2%. So if you have a small leak before it gets too bad, Chris Dixon says it's a solid 9 at least. Yeah, I mean, yeah, for sure. 9 centimeters. It'll show you a problem before it's there. Another thought I had with these, it would be a great idea to have in a bug out bag. It'll take a little bit of your power. I charged it pretty quickly. I don't think it takes a whole lot of power to charge this battery and run it. But I'm not sure how long the charge lasts. I just got it yesterday. Rewilder Life says I like that it shows an actual percentage, not just the alarm on and off. Yeah, for sure. And it shows you where the danger levels are. So there's a green level. I mean, the body produces carbon monoxide in a lot of functions internally. It's not going to kill you at low concentrations. And actually some medical procedures from my research show that they use it in controlled medical practice. So carbon monoxide on the face in the right applications is not bad. So 1%, 2%, 3%. And I'm not sure the percentages that it clicks up, but it gives you a yellow level. It gives you a green level, red level. Meow Meow's back and said it reported my $20 show your penis pedophile. And that's funny because I don't think it says penis ass bag. Interesting. Meow Meow, the pussy puss can't read. Yeah, so it's a great product. I think it'll run well. It'll do well. Yeah, I'm glad I got it. They had actually reached out to me through some things because of the RV videos, and they're pushing the RV market. I think it's way more important than that. The one thing I was looking at, Meow Meow says it means penis. No, actually, it doesn't. It doesn't. Google it, ass bag. The one thing that I think it would be very valuable for is throwing in a bug out bag. Is throwing in your bug out bag. You can be ended up in some situations where you don't know what's going on. You could be in some situations that are not typical. And if you can throw this thing, I don't know how long the battery lasts while it's off. I'll have to do some testing with that. Or like I said, how much it thinks that's it, how much it's going to take to charge it up. But I think in an emergency situation where you're just trying to figure it out, having something that like this to at least take one burden off your mind might work. Meow Meow is worried about the word weenus on my screen, and if you come over to the vertical feed chat and see what this fucking ass bag has been putting in the chat, I'm pretty sure. Interesting. Coworker number 4 to the rescue. Look at that. You definitely need to come to SRF now. Chris Dixon says, does it have a charge level on it? It does. Up in the corner. I don't know if you'll be able to see it. Right there, up in the top corner. It's full. So, yeah. Oh man, he's gonna report me to Amazon, but he's making physical threats of violence on me. Dude, bring it. I there's been this little thing in the back of my head, and it happens. It happens quite often, but I get an itch. To get back to the days of when I just didn't give a shit. Physical altercations sometimes have a very therapeutic effect with people. And there was a time in my life where that was kind of the go-to. I really didn't initiate a whole lot. But being 6'5", people think that when you walk into the room, especially in a bar, that they want to take on the biggest guy in the room. And I'm not always the biggest guy in the room, but when you walk in at that height with a bunch of people that are shorter than you, you stick out. And there's been a lot of times in my life where I've been targeted, let's say. And I've enjoyed it. John Palmer, good morning and good day to you, John Palmer. Thanks for stopping in. So I've been through it a little bit. I enjoyed it. I'm not saying I haven't ever had my ass kicked. John Palmer got Quick Trip ad this morning. Interesting. Quick Trip with a Q, not a K. I'm not saying I haven't got my ass kicked before. But I don't think I've ever really backed down from a physical altercation. Oh, Chris Dixon's wondering if that's where you come to live rent free, and Brian said, no, that's where you come to just make an ass out of yourself. Oh, so anyway, yeah, I was excited to get this little thing. I got that splitting maul. Man, that thing looks nice. I'm excited to use that. It was a little wet out yesterday for me to fire that off. But 3 foot handle. John Palmer says it's a big Tulsa-based convenience store company. Yeah, I know. We had Quick Trip with a K in the north, but we had and I remember there was some big battle about the K and the Q, but it was they were kind of related somehow. Mike Homestead said, my buddy was 6'6", 250 and a bouncer. He said it was a constant fight because lots of drunks wanted a piece of the big guy. Yeah. And when you're not the bouncer, it's even worse. When you're not the bouncer and you walk in, there's lots of oh, there's lots of people that want to get a piece of you, man. Those little fuckers with the short man syndrome. I'm guessing Meow Meow is about fucking 5'1" and drives a big ass lifted up, jacked up pickup truck. Oh, probably with the ass end squatting. Rewildlife says we met Thor when he was putting forms in our basement. Huge guy. He was tossing around forms like they were foam Legos. He shook my hand. Yeah. Good morning, Pickle Pete. Thanks for stopping in. Appreciate it. Oh, it's just so fun. Yeah, that splitting mall is a 3.5 pound head on it. It's 3 foot long. Nice. I'll have to look into what material what material the handle is, but it's some sort of composite resin or fiberglass or combination of two. It felt like it had 2 different materials on that handle, but I think it'll work well. And then they also sent along a little 14 inch camping hatchet. John Palmer says they squat when they're ready to get bread. So I've seen these videos of these fucking retards driving these trucks in North Carolina. I think it was North Carolina that they're really big. North Carolina, Georgia. I laugh because there's no way they live in the North. There's no way they live where there's snow. But these fucking assholes that have these lifted trucks with the ass end squatted down. Why? I don't understand. I don't understand. Oh. Whatever you want to do with your money, you just keep rolling with that. Pip says the Carolina squat. Yeah. I get baffled sometimes when Pip says it seems like mostly Chevy drivers. It seems like mostly fucking retards. It's not my height that makes me tough. I didn't say that. I said it's my height that makes me a target for people that think they're tough. Anyway, old meow meow. What a perfect fucking name for that douchebag. All right, we're gonna get out of here. We're gonna wrap it up. Another day, another show in the books. Gonna be an interesting day today. Hopefully, we get a spot with no rain. I got some cleanup work to do. We got to get some trails cleaned up and get access and start moving some things around. Moving some stuff around. Excuse me. We're gonna attempt to head out and occupy the Delinquent's Gully cabin this weekend and get some work done out there. But it's supposed to be rain all weekend, so it might just be a test run with taking the dogs out and seeing how things go. But lots of stuff to kind of rearrange and make sure we have everything to spend a few days out there. So that's exciting. Pip says they have 26-inch rims with the 2-inch thick tires that couldn't off-road for a damn. I mean, it's just like somebody living in the city driving an F-150 or an SUV or anything like that. It's just a status symbol. When it actually gets dirty, they run and wipe it off with a cloth. They haven't taken it off the pavement since they bought it, unless it was a dirt driveway. And even that, we got to worry about the rocks kicking up and touching the paint. Yeah. Take a look at my pickup. We'll see. Pickle P says occupy the woods. Yeah, pretty much. Excited to get out there, get some work done, and be there on site to cut out that commute. Pip says much like the puss kid on the vert. Yeah, pretty much. Oh, meow meow. Oh, says he. I gotta run to the police. Yeah. Yep. You know me so well. I'm gonna go to the police. Yep. Chris Dixon nails it. I'm 6'5", and that makes me tough, just like how your keyboard makes you tough. You'd shit your fucking pants if I knocked on your door, motherfucker. All right. Well, we're going to wrap it up. I'm going to get out of here. If you enjoyed the show, it's free to hit that like, share, and subscribe to Return Value for Value. Please consider joining one of the YouTube membership tiers or listening on any Value for Value platform like Podverse, Wavelake, or Fountain.fm. Visit thelotsproject.com, find more information about me, or comfreeroots.com to pick up your Comfrey Roots to get your Comfrey empire started. All right. It's been another day. It's another Thursday. I think we're talking maybe we'll talk some conspiracies tomorrow. There is plenty abound with all sorts of stuff going on right now. So I might put together a list of those to chat about tomorrow if you want to show up and hang out on a Friday. Other than that, make it a great day, guys, and we'll catch up with you tomorrow.